read you some more of my scriptures.
Let's stay focused.
Stupid bitch. Who the fuck is you, though?
I am Jin Ra.
Fuck Jin Ra. Motherfucker, you don't know a damn thing about my business. My business is to invoke the holy words of the scriptures, the law of the goddamn land.
To give a fuck what you're thinking, fuck your thoughts.
Biatch! Stupid fuck. Goddamn blasphemer. You're a goddamn sinner. That's what the fuck you is.
Some of these coals burn at over 1,000 degrees.
They're creatures of God that are on a leash. The devil is not running free doing whatever he wants. You don't go walking down the street and fall over and you're possessed, okay? It doesn't work that way. He's on a leash and Jesus has the leash. Generally, all he's allowed to do is tempt us, which is what we would call his normal activity. That's his job. He's supposed to tempt us to provide the test of life between good and evil, self and other, okay? Loving God or loving yourself, destroying others for your own benefit, etc., etc. Just like in the book of Job, okay? He runs around accusing, tempting, that's his job. It's when we open the door to him and we, through our free will, ask for a deeper relationship with him that extraordinary activity starts to happen. Like the things you've all probably heard about, infestations, oppression, and possession. It's through our free will opening the door to that relationship that it goes from the extraordinary where the leash is held tight to letting the leash slip a little bit because God honors our free will. God doesn't force himself on us. He lets us have that corrective emotional experience. They're totally and completely evil no matter what game they're playing. In the beginning, they're a con artist. They'll pretend to be your spirit guide, your dead grandmother, your guardian angel, a fairy from the forest, a totem animal. Whatever will scratch your back that you like, whatever you're weak to, they will play that role. Do we have to be afraid of all this? Not really. No, we don't. The spiritual world is very legalistic. If you take nothing else from this talk, learn that the spiritual world is legalistic. The demons are bound by rules. If you learn the rules that they are bound to operate under, God's rules, completely evil. The world is very legalistic. If you take nothing else from this talk, learn that the spiritual world is legalistic. The demons are bound by rules. If you learn the rules that they are bound to operate under, God's rules, you are greatly empowered. Forming relationships with anything that's not from God. Little typo there for you. That's good. That's good. Everybody awake? All right. Obviously very professional here. The biggest thing is to participate sincerely in the sacramental life. Confession has undone myriad cases from ever developing into oppression or possession. Exorcism is a sacramental. A sacrament has guaranteed grace, a guaranteed response from God when it's done properly. Confession, which is powerfully happening in the back of the room, terrifies and drives hell into a frenzy far more than any exorcism. If you read about the cure of Ars and how the devil had said if there was, 12 is it, Father? 12 priests like this in the world, my kingdom would fall. Confession is extremely powerful because what does it do? It undoes the rights that you have given through sin to a certain level of relationship. You haven't explicitly said, I want to have unusual connection with this spirit, but through sin, through serious sin, you've given into temptation. The temptation gets stronger and it can get deeper. And so you're cutting off that relationship before it even gets rolling. It hasn't taken on an unusual form yet of like a Ouija board or a pendulum or talking in your head, but it's forming a relationship and you cut it off sacramentally. By the way, at exorcisms, the devil is not allowed to bring up sins that have been covered over with the sacrament of confession and removed and absolved. Some people say he can't even remember them. They're wiped from his memory. But we have seen him try to bring up a sin that's been confessed, and all the priest has to do is say, that's been confessed, it's off the table. The demon immediately shuts its mouth and moves on to the next thing. They know the sacrament of confession is binding under God's rules. You need to, because it's not just with this scary stuff, but you don't realize the effect of sin and not receiving that absolution and taking your soul back to the state it was at your baptism is an incredibly powerful thing that when we go periods of time without taking advantage of it, it's very foolish.
Quickly! Hurry up, get up there! Private Joker, are you a killer? Say yes, sir! I hear your war cry. Ah! Next to Private, go! Quickly! Get your fat ass over there, Private Pile. Oh, that's right, Private Pile. Don't make any fucking effort to get up to the top of the fucking obstacle. If God wanted you up there, he would have miracled your ass up there by now, wouldn't he? Say yes, sir! Get your fat ass up there, Pile! Say yes, sir! What the hell is the matter with you anyway?